I'm very gratified that the judge today recognized that that is flagrantly illegal, that it violates the clear language of the Home Rule Act, and that for all intents and purposes, the chief of police remains the chief of police.
Both D.C.'s Attorney General and Mayor declaring a legal victory amid the federal takeover of D.C. police. Good evening to you. I'm Scott Thuman. You watched their press conference live right here on 7 News. The city suing to block the Trump administration's actions less than 24 hours after we told you that Drug Enforcement Administration head Terry Cole was named MPD's emergency police commissioner. He was appointed by the U.S. Attorney General, Pam Bondi, who tried to give him the powers of the police chief. 7 News' Tom Rousey was inside that courtroom today. Tom, take us through what happened.
Yeah, you know, the D.C. Attorney General's office, Scott, did not get everything they wanted in this agreement, but they did get the main thing they wanted, and that is Pamela Smith will remain chief of MPD. Today didn't go how we thought it was going to go up there on that 4th floor. Instead of deciding to issue or not issue a temporary restraining order against the Trump administration, the judge told the two sides, I want you to work out a compromise agreement, and it looks like that's exactly what they've done. Here's video we edited together earlier. It shows U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi with DEA Administrator Terry Cole. Now, last night, Bondi gave an order in which Cole would become the, quote, emergency police commissioner of the Metropolitan Police Department. Bondi's order seemed to indicate that MPD Chief Pamela Smith and the department could not do anything without Cole's approval. Well, the federal judge hearing the case this afternoon said that went too far. However, the judge also said that the Trump administration does have the right to, and she gave this example many times, ask the mayor for MPD officers to do federal things like immigration enforcement. And she says, per the Home Rule Act, if there's an emergency declared, the mayor cannot say no. Although D.C. Attorney General Brian Schwab's office did not agree with the judge on that, today's agreement still gives them, again, the biggest thing they wanted. Pamela Smith will remain in charge of MPD. Schwab and the mayor spoke late this afternoon.
We have made very clear that we have laws in our city, and that the services that MPD provides in furtherance of a request from the president, those services must comply with the law.
Now, we have a surge of federal officers. Chief Smith's job during this week has been to make sure that if we have and while we have federal officers, that they are being used strategically. And while we aren't controlling them, we do have the ability to influence how they're being deployed.
Now, lawyers for the Trump administration made it clear in court that the big thing behind Bondi's order last night was immigration related. They say they don't want D.C. to be a, quote, sanctuary city. That's why they wanted the Trump administration to have the authority to tell MPD what it could and could not do, because they wanted it to go further in working with ICE, that sort of thing. But the judge says nothing in the Home Rule Act gives the Trump administration that level of authority. However, she did make it very clear they do have the authority to ask for the use of MPD officers for federal purposes like immigration enforcement. Reporting live outside the federal courthouse in D.C., I'm Tom Rousey, 7 News.